Okay. Where are we? Case number
72.
72. Spoilers. In case you don't know what's going on, it's case 72 because we started at case 70. We started at case 70 because if you have 221B Baker Street, then you'll want to be playing the game as much as possible with people, live people. So...
Or yourself.
Or yourself. Do it by yourself. It's a fantastic game. But in case you are unable to play with live people and tired of yourself, like I am tired of myself, and you want to play with someone, we're going to go through case 72. Jinx. 72 tonight. We are going to play Sherlock Holmes and the Dead Tramp. Case number 72.
But you're alive.
I'm Shall we hear all night, people? Tune out now if it's too much. I would. So, this is Valerie. In case you haven't seen the video before, you really should go back and watch the other two. They're pretty good. They're alright. We do alright. She's going to write down the notes, as she always does. She's good at note writing. I'm good at reading, sometimes. And together, sometimes we win the game. Mostly not.
One big brain.
Yeah, right. So, we are going to go through case number 72. Let's have no further ado. Let's all head to the zoo. Away we go.
Don't be such a poo.
Ah, we got one. Excellent. Might have to censor that from the YouTube channel. You know. This is what staying up all night on tea will do to your brain. Okay, Sherlock Holmes and the Dead Tramp. You got your notepads ready? Ours are ready. Fantastic. Let's go. It was a chilly day in February 1887.
Oh, from summer to...
Chills. They haven't... This is a separate video. They might not have been at the last video where it was the middle of summer.
Where we were dressed exactly the same. They don't know it was in the
I've
same
taken
night.
my vest off.
Oh.
They know it's been a whole... Oh.
True.
Why do I bring you this stuff? Why? May I continue?
Yes, please start from the
Let's
top.
start from the top. Re-rolling. Action. Don't have a crew. Alright. It was a chilly day in February 1887.
Chilly day in Feb, okay.
When Sherlock Holmes and I were called to a back alley in Paddington by Inspector Gregson. Fog clung to the gas mantles in the early morning as we strode down the narrow cobbled pathway. At its end stood a huddle of policemen. At their feet, a human body. A pathetic bundle of rags. Not like Gregson to call us out on a case involving a dead tramp. Holmes, not even one with his head broken in such a callous fashion. No doubt killed by one of his own kind in a drunken brawl. See the smashed bottle by his side. Facts first, theory after, replied Holmes, testily. I warrant Gregson's found something to whet my appetite. Ah, Gregson, when was the body found? 4 o'clock, Mr. Holmes. By a cabby returning home. None of the neighbours reports any sound of a fight during the night. There are 2 things that puzzle me, in particular. Gregson proffered a small white card embossed in gold letters. A.M.S. Annual Dinner. 18th February, 1887. Dress, formal. That was the only item we found in his clothing. Holmes turned the card over in his hands. And the second thing? He asked. Gregson knelt down and picked up one of the dead tramp's hands. Look at these, Mr. Holmes. Have you ever seen a tramp with perfectly manicured nails? Holmes nodded his approval. The hair is well groomed also, Gregson, and only a day's growth of stubble on the chin. You're right. This affair intrigues me. We have much to do if we are to discover A.
It's the important part.
What the initials on the card stand for. AMS. B. The identity of the body. C. Why was he dressed like a tramp? D.
Oh no.
Who killed him? E.
Holy cow.
How he died.
Oh
A,
gosh.
B, C, D, E. Should be a snap. This is going to be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. We should have planned.
Get your popcorn.
Yeah, get your popcorn out. Let's pause the video here. Go get yourself a coffee or a wine, however you like to do this. Pop off for some Doritos. Come back. We'll be here. All right. We have. You want to do our case notes, my love?
Yeah, so we have a dead tramp found on a chilly day in February with a lot of morning fog coming through. It was a back alley, narrow cobbled path, bundle of rags, dead tramp. However, it's well manicured nails, well groomed hair, barely any stubble. There could have been a drunken brawl. There was a broken bottle. So of course I wrote boar's head, but then he is so formally dressed, or not
looked after.
Looked after, yeah.
after.
A cabbie reported it, so carriage depot potential
Can we go
place to go.
We go
Yeah.
the card.
The card is next. Gold embossed.
Golden boss.
Annual dinner. Formal dress. AMS. I would say museum,
Possibly.
where formal things might happen.
Or a theatre.
Or a theater. Yeah, you're right. Theater probably more than likely.
4 a.m. he was found.
Yeah.
The gas. Fog hung to the gas lamps. So, the street lights were still on. No. 4 a.m. Yeah, still dark.
In February, yes, would be.
Oh yeah, longer nights.
Yeah. So I would say we need to potentially maybe start at Carriage Depot.
I have a feeling, I'm just going to throw it out there now, for anyone who wants to, call it or place bets. I don't think we're going to get this in 5 clues, honey.
I don't think we will.
We want to be master detectives this time around. If we are, though, series over, ending after video 3, we're done. If we get master detective with 5 clues and we get the exact 5 clues that we need, we're done. Master detectives, for sure. All right, I hope you're ready to become a master detective because we're off to...
The Carriage Depot.
The Carriage Depot is what it's actually called, not the Carriage Works. Carriage Depot is... Dun, 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 dun. 939. Grab yourself a wine. It's 939. 939. Here we come. Here we go. Oh, an accent's coming. Forwarded address? No, sir. He always telegrams me if he requires any sending on. Continued at the Boar's Head.
Which was one of my...
Which was one of your suggestions. So, forwarding address? No, sir. He always telegrams me if he requires anything sending on. Telegram.
Who's he?
Yeah, he must... I imagine is the dead body. Always telegrams me if he requires anything sending on. So he's from out of town. Must be. He's visiting somewhere. Someone's stolen his identity.
Well.
Well, if they're stealing his identity, then an invitation to the event.
If he's from out of town, I think the hotel probably is a good prospect.
Possibly. Yeah.
But first the Boar's Head.
You know she's going to the Boar's Head. I know you know she's going to the Boar's Head.
I like a good drink.
She always defaults to the Boar's Head.
Is this tea?
Yes. We don't know. It is tea. I saw it make it. A boar's head. 979. Everything's feeling fine. 979. A fit of coughing suddenly caught Holmes's throat, causing him to clutch the hall table for support. Concerned, I ushered him out to the air. Continued at the docks.
Are you kidding?
All right. Always telegrams me if he wants anything sending on. Then Holmes has a coughing fit.
And wait, so who escorted him?
I ushered him into Watson. Grabbed the whole table. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
No, I mean, do we follow this trail or do we just skip to like the theater and the hotel?
Oh, you mean go to the docks like it says?
Do we go to the docks like it says?
It might be one of those cases where everything leads to somewhere, but not all of them lead to a relevant clue. Although we have 5 clues to solve, and 2 of them have already said continued somewhere else.
Yep.
So there can't be that many more
Okay.
that don't.
Docks it is then.
Docks. It's got to finish somewhere, right? Clutches the table. If we know anything about Holmes, coughing fits are not his thing. He's up to something. Docks are 970. 970. Have a drink of tea. 970. 970. Outside the door, Holmes laughed, pleased with himself. He opened his hand, disclosing a visiting card. Engraved Toby Bassingham, A.M.S.
Bassingham? Can you spell that?
B-A-S-S-I-N-G-H-A-M. John Ham.
A-M-S. So that is,
It's a post-nominal.
yeah. So
What is the post-nominal? AMS that needs an annual ball. Artillery Medical Service. Army Medical Service. Is he a doctor?
Artillery?
Military surgeon. Continued at the park. Sorry, I didn't say that part. Continued at the park.
Oh, gosh.
Gosh.
Do we continue to follow this trail?
Oh my God. It's Toby Bassingham. ABS. No, sir. He always tells me to send things on.
Telegrams.
So he didn't send on that invitation. Why didn't he send it on?
No, obviously, no. The cabbie. If the cabbie knows the person, the victim, then he would have gotten the telegram to him with that invitation.
Well, he had an invitation. He had a
embossed card.
He had a card, an invitation. So maybe this is someone else from the same society. Maybe this is the murderer, not the body. Toby might be the murderer. Are we going to the park? Or are we not going to the park? We're going to have to scissors, paper, rock this. Where do you want to go that's not the park?
To the theater, but I could be wrong. There could easily be things happening at the park. We don't have many cases that take you to a different location. It seems to be the theme of the 70s.
It does. The case 70s, not the 70s. That theme was love.
Peace and love. Park.
Okay. No scissors, paper, rock required. You're a witness. She decided to go to the park with me. All right, we're at the park. 929. 929. 929. Salt and brine. It's 929.
Going to bingo.
All right. Our knock was answered by a languid gentleman last night. Here, I suppose. Holmes seized him by the shoulders. You were at a very special dinner where death was plotted and executed. Holmes has lost his cool. Continued at the pawnbroker.
Wait.
Come on.
You're at a dinner where
Death
mm-hmm.
was plotted and executed. So
that's the where, isn't it? No, that wasn't a question.
So this is the night after. Obviously.
Yeah.
Because he's like, last night here, I suppose. He's trying to say, I was at home all night. And Holmes is like, no. You're nicked me.
So
Continued
mm-hmm.
at the pawnbroker.
At the pawnbroker.
Gotcha. It's
Listen.
taking us on a very little journey, eh?
Yeah. So AMS, identity of body. Why dressed as a tramp? Obviously to throw things off, right? Who the killer is and the cause of death. We have nothing except that AMS is a post-nominal.
Sweet. Or an association. Association of Medical Surgeons. Military surgeons. I don't know.
Right.
God knows.
So we either go to the pawnbroker, as it's saying, or we go somewhere fancy, or to the hotel because he might be an out-of-towner. I would go to the theater.
It's the last one to be a master detective.
Yeah.
We've got 0 so far. You want to go to the theatre?
I do.
What about the pawnbrokers? You have to do it on... Oh, are we going to do shoots or are we not?
Yes.
She does shoot because she's American. Scissors, paper, rock, shoot. Yes! Pawnbrokers it is, ladies and gents. Let's follow the clues. Lead us to enlightenment. Clues. Pawnbrokers. Bam, 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 bam. 255. Look alive. 250. 255. Why am I saying 255? It's the dyslexia. 955. Obviously. Oh my god. No, it wasn't so. An argument, that's all. No one liked him. Smug little moneybags. Argument is all. So they've gone to a really well-to-do party, an argument's broke out, and then they've all agreed to cover it up and make him look like a hobo.
Right, but he's a moneybags, so now
Continue
at the bank.
Locksmith.
Locksmith. This is just throwing us off. I think we need to just go where we need to. Like, we're either going to go to the bank or the theater.
All right, which one would you like to go to?
Because now we are not master detectives once again.
Failed to become master detectives. It's really getting troublesome. We are down to sleuths. 6 to 8. 6, 7, 8. 3 clues to remain sleuth. Where would you like to go?
You thought there was a potential out-of-towner thing. Hotel. Right? No, but there was a fancy shindig.
Yes.
So it was museum theater. You thought theater, right?
Yeah.
He's a moneybags bank.
Yes. All of these things are correct. And what's the decision?
Theater.
Theatre.
If I'm wrong, we go to the locksmith.
Theatre. 9:10. 9:10. Now and then, it's 9:10.
Twice a day, actually.
Twice a day, it's 9:10. No? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. It's kind of like we are at this game. Hey?
Broken clock.
9:10. Team broken clocks. The man was dressed as a tramp, but did he earn his keep by begging, do you suppose?
Oh.
It was definitely not. But the aid continued at the museum, though. Where to, Watson?
Well, it wanted us to go to the locksmith. We had mentioned the museum again.
Going to the museum.
Okay.
We're going to the museum. All right. We've got how many clues?
No,
None.
we have none. In terms of solutions, you
Nine.
mean?
Solutions. That's the one I was before. Solutions. 10-16. You're with the Queen. 10-16. Let's do it. All right. Would you call a tramp a professional mendicant? Mendicant? Mendicant. 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 Continued at bank.
I was kind of right. Museum, bank.
So if the M is mendicant, society.
Mendicant society. Professional.
Arthurian alternative mendicant society. No.
Would you call a tramp a professional mendicant? Can I read it?
Would you call a tramp a professional mendicant?
Yep.
That's what it says. That's what I said.
Bank.
To the bank.
Bank.
Any ideas, ladies and gents? None?
Probably should have gone to the locksmith.
Probably should have gone to the locksmith all that time ago. Yeah? You're thinking it. I'm thinking it. Where are we back? 1001. Space Odyssey. Well,
It's an odyssey.
half of one. 1001. Oh. 1001. No. Then what should we call him? An amateur. Capital, Watson. Capital. Continued at the tobacconist. Amateur Mendicant Society.
All right, we're going to go with that.
Is
Because
that what you got? That's all that. How many places have we been to? We are all the way past
3,
Master Detectives and we've blown through sleuths as well.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Just to get Amateur Mendicant Society. I don't know what that
I
is.
will say
What?
that
Tell me.
the tramp thing is just to throw people off.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, so then that's C.
I think they've had an argument at the Amateur Mendicant Society's functional dinner, whatever the stupid thing is. What is a mendicant? Anyway, they've had the argument. He's died somehow.
Mm-hmm.
They've covered it up by dressing him like a tramp.
Yeah.
So it's part of the not having this.
I want to say that the identity of the body is Toby Bassingham.
Could be.
Or that could be the killer.
Could be the killer. No, because if it's a royal meeting of the Amateur Mendicant Society, then he doesn't have to be invited by Toby or whatever. The invitation would just have his name on it.
Yeah, but he's Toby Bassingham AMS. So he's an amateur.
Yeah, he's a member of Amateur Mendicant Society.
Right.
Rather than that being a separate title or
Yeah.
something or other. All right. Where was that continued? Tobacconist.
Tobacconist. Or locksmith. Do we backtrack? Let's just go with tobacconist.
So we are detectives now. So 9, 10, 11.
Yeah. Holmes did cough.
No, he coughed because he was stealing the card.
That's what he was
That's
doing.
what he was doing. So you know, anyway, they're going to the tobacconist. We're not losing another trail. We'll stick to it this time. None of this shenanigans. Tobacconist. 10:41. 10:41. I need a knife for a plum. It's 10:41. That is called a callback. Watch the other video. All right. 10:41. I have heard whispers of such a society, said Langdale Pike. Try Caxton Forbes. He lives over near the park somewhere.
Sorry. Langdale Pike was the guy's name?
Yeah. Langdale Pike.
And the other guy's name?
Caxton. Caxton. Forbes. This one does not have continued on. We have finished this thread.
No, there's the park. Oh, right. So it
I
goes
did mention the park.
back to that. Wait, can you read that again?
No.
You haven't closed it yet.
I have heard whispers of such a society, said Langdale Pike. Try Caxton Forbes. He lives by the park somewhere.
So, at the park the knock was answered by a languid gentleman.
That must be Caxton.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Last night, death was
plotted
and executed.
No, it was just an argument, said Caxton.
Said Caxton Forbes. And Langdale Pike has just heard whispers of society. He's denying being a member. However, Caxton saying he was there. So Caxton Forbes is the killer. Toby Bassingham is the victim.
Tramp to cover up the crime.
The fact that he's actually well-to-do.
Yep.
Cause of death.
Oh, his head was smashed in, wasn't it? They did mention how smashed in his head was. Should we go to the pawnbroker?
Yeah.
How many clues have we got?
3, 6, 9.
9, so we've got 10, 11 to go. 9:55. 9:55.
Wait, we've already been to the pawnbroker.
What was... Oh, the locksmith. Sorry, I meant the locksmith. You know the one that we were supposed to go to, but she says don't bother going to?
Yeah, that one.
It's right next to the pawnbrokers. I'm sorry. Mistaken. People are watching it going, why are you going to pawnbrokers again? 999. Number of the beast after he's had a few drinks. 999. We'd all had a lot to drink. There was some pushing and shoving, and over he went. Caught the back of his head on the bottom stair. Dead. Continued at the newsagent. Right. Argument. Amateur Mendicant Society. Caxton pushed him, fell down the stairs. They all had a panic attack because no one's supposed to know about this society, and they packed him up like a tramp and dumped him behind the bushes.
Would you call a tramp a professional mendicant?
No, I call him an amateur mendicant. Get it? Amateur Mendicant Society. Holmes is so witty. Should we go to the newsagents? We got one more clue left.
Yeah.
We've solved it, haven't we? We have.
Yeah.
We've solved this. We got this.
Yeah.
Disagree? Tell us in the comments below that at whatever minutes and whatever seconds you disagreed with us, but we went to the newsagents anyway.
Well, we should have gone to the locksmith earlier, obviously.
Shouldn't we though? 886. 886. She can do the splits. It's 886. Okay. She can't. Neither can I.
Broken clocks.
Broken clocks. Mine is broken at what? 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. That's as far as my splits goes. Alright. 866. What do you remember from Frances Heisman, Tommy?
Oh, jeez. Who's Frances Heisman and who's Tommy?
Last time I saw her, she was running from above Hawkins. She was red-faced and crying. Emigrated not long after. What?
Did you read the right one?
It's always potentially a problem. Where are we? Okay.
That's yeah.
Excuse me.
Yep.
I said 886.
Yeah.
I read 866. And dyslexia is not can find.
I'm like,
letters.
I actually wrote down every name this time. So
Sorry about that. Might need that's what erasers on pencils are for. All right. 886.
886.
Who was involved? I am not sure, and I wouldn't tell you if I did. Always maintain secrecy. That's our oath, and I won't break it now. Always maintain secrecy is also AMS. Just saying.
Oh.
I think that's a red herring.
You think it is the Amateur Mendicant Society and not always maintain secrecy?
Yeah, because always maintain secrecy makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas Amateur Mendicant Society doesn't fit anywhere else in the world except potentially to solve this case. Have I got the squeakiest chair you ever heard? Or is that your chair?
I'm not moving.
That's my chair. Sorry. Okay.
We're just going to go for it. AMS, Amateur Mendicant Society. Identity of body, Toby Bassingham. Whoever that is. Tramp, throwing people off because secrecy. Killer, Caxton Forbes. Cause of death, shoved and hit his head on a stair.
Down the stairs, he did. Or onto the stairs. Up them or down them, doesn't matter, he hit his head on a stair. Alright.
Okay.
Case number 72. The Tramp. Alright. Let's do it. Is this what you picked? Or do you think we're crazy? You're right, either way. Case number 72. Solution to Sherlock Holmes and the Dead Tramp. An unsavoury affair, this gentleman, in all senses of the word. At least we can hope it will spell the end of that collection of hot young bloods and idle rich who like to call themselves the Amateur Mendicant Society. Okay. One. Idleness so often breeds evil, as evidenced in this case. The facts now seem clear. Caxton Forbes had effectively invited himself into this set, which liked to dress up as tramps before drinking themselves into a sodden state. Oops. Forbes had, however, underestimated his unpopularity, and he became the victim of some, no doubt, coarse horseplay. Oh, this is not going to end well for us, honey.
No.
Which ended in his death. Caxton Forbes' death. Okay,
Langdon.
we have only Bassingham's word that the death was accidental. So Bassingham.
He opened his hand with a visiting card.
He had the visiting card too. Bassingham. Oh, God. In any event, we must leave the police to pursue their inquiries amongst Bassingham's special set. But I feel the story is consistent with the facts as we have them. It would take no great brain, apparently, to suggest that the body be removed to a quiet back alley with a very conveniently placed broken bottle nearby. The members of the society could then melt away quietly into the dark, leaving just yet another homeless vagrant dead on the streets of London. There was no danger of Forbes being reported missing for several days to come, thus removing all possible links between his disappearance and the discovery of a tramp's body in the back alleys of Paddington.
Technically, we're right. They left him in that to throw people off.
Yes. Well, on
I'm
one
going
thing.
to count that.
Yeah. As for Bassingham, I think the only charge based on his comments to Watson and myself would be accessory after the fact. Hey, Gregson? The inspector nodded. Yes, an unsatisfactory conclusion to an unsatisfactory affair. Let's get the count. Let's get the score counter. What did the initials stand for? Amateur Mendicant Society. Identity of the body, Caxton Forbes. Why dressed as a tramp? all members of society dressed as a tramp. Meh, 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 meh. Who killed him? The death was an accident. We got that one. Hey?
We did.
Where accident was shove. We thought Caxton accidentally killed him, but hey,
Yeah.
we got accident. How? From a broken neck. I mean, where in that?
He hit his head.
Yeah, hit his head on the stair, and they mention at the start of the case what a bad state his head was in. Head broken in such a callous fashion. And then this says as a solution, broken neck. I think, meh, for the answer book. Because we definitely got smashed his head on the stairs. That makes sense.
We're worse than Watson again.
Makes sense. Okay. I don't think we passed that one, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I
don't think we did.
No, I think we need to find out what mendicant means.
We did, but how do we find out what mendicant means? All of our phones are in use. You find out what mendicant means. Go for it. What I want to do is find out what the other clues were. 979. 979. 1016.
Mendicant. Given to begging. A beggar. A beggarman. A tramp.
A peddler. A panhandler.
Why would there be...
Amateur mendicant society, like they're practicing to be homeless because they're bored rich kids.
Bored rich kids.
Right. Amateur mendicant society.
Oh, gosh. From the Arthur Conan Doyle Encyclopedia.
Yeah.
It came from his mind.
You probably do a lot better at this game if you
read the books.
The books recently. Hey, I have read all the Arthur Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmeses. It's over there. Look, grab it. Complete collection, the red one.
Yeah.
Okay, I highly recommend getting them all in one big fat book, including, the last ones, which is all from Holmes's journal. But, it's been a while, and we'd never have got Amateur Mendicant Society in a pink fit. Right.
The year 87 furnished us with a long series of cases of greater or less interest, of which I retained the records. Of course, it's Dr. Watson again.
Mm-hmm.
I find an account of the adventure of the Paradol Chamber of the Amateur Mendicant Society, who held a luxurious club in the lower vault of a furniture warehouse, of the facts connected with the loss of the British bark Sophie Anderson. Anyway, yeah. Sherlock Holmes.
Righto. We learned something. I hope you learned something. We'll be back with case number 73.
Yeah.
Teen Broken Clocks. Continues.
It's right twice a day. We've gotten one.
We've got one.
So...
I can't tell you which one, though. It's a secret.
We'll probably get one more. So.
Coming up soon, Sherlock Holmes and the story... Whoa. That. Easy for me to say. Sherlock Holmes and the Sophie Anderson. Sophie Anderson. Sounds like a ship. We'll find out in the next case. Till next time. Keep on
See ya.
nibbling.
I don't know.